Hi there, my name is Paul and I'm a filmmaker based in Oakland, California. I made this video to share my experience of upgrading my camera, my film camera system from a Canon 7D DSLR to the Canon Cinema Series C100 Mark II. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can see other videos that I put out about improving the craft of writing, shooting, and editing short films. So in 2019 I started making some short films because I had started writing. I was trying to improve my craft of writing, and I decided, hey, I should just shoot these scenes that I'm writing so I can see how they're working. So I started using my iPhone X as my camera. Okay, so I wrote this scene, has my friends acting for me in this hot tub scene. And I learned a lot. It was really fun, but I had some pretty shaky footage in that the autofocus kept following the steam sometimes, and the other big problem I had is the touch screen. There's times I would think I was recording, but I wasn't, and I thought I was stopping, but I was actually starting it. So that's why I started to then use my Canon 7D DSLR. I got some pretty nice looking shots with that camera. So that was great. And then in the fall of 2020, during COVID, I decided to write this script where I could shoot a short film all by myself. I like to take test shots and just sort of pre-visualize a scene. You know, I write something, I do some test shots, do some editing, just to get a feel for how my writing is translating. I go outside and I shoot this beautiful shot tilting down from the sky down to the trees that are backlit. Turns out it's got big problems because the 7D has this issue called moire, and with moire, shots with a lot of detail end up with this pixelated effect. So that's what made me realize that I need to buy perhaps a better camera. And so I started doing research because there's tons of cameras come out in 2020. That led me to hearing about the Canon C70, which had just come out in late 2020, and everybody's raving about it, and I'm like, wow, this is probably it. It's $5,600, I think. But I discovered that there's all these people now selling the C100 Mark II on the used market. So I went on eBay and I made the leap. For $1,600 was able to buy a mint condition C100 Mark II with low hours of usage on it. Here's what's great about it for me is it's low cost. It uses the lenses that I already have, my Canon EF and EFS lenses. The other thing I really like about it is, I guess two features I have to bring up, is the neutral density filters being built in. It gives you so much freedom to compose your shots the way you want to at the time. The thing I really love is the waveform monitor. I didn't know what a waveform monitor was before I bought this camera. And wow, I can set my exposure so easily. It's got a little place where it even shows like the center of the screen. I can put, aim that towards skin tones or, a gray card, and just get the exposure set perfectly. And another thing that's great is because it's such a popular camera for the last 5 years, there's a ton of YouTube videos out there where you can get lots of great information about how to use this camera. But I have one tip. A lot of the videos, they talk about a great feature it has called Canon Log. A Canon Log lets you get a lot of dynamic range, get a filmic effect, but it looks really weird when you transfer the file from the memory card. And you look at it and it's like, wow, this looks really weird. And so to get it to look good, you have to use color grading. You have to use LUTs, adjust exposure, shadows, highlights, all that. And then I saw this tip that you should use this gamma setting called WDR, wide dynamic range. I used that, and boom, if I just set the white balance and exposure correct, I get great looking shots straight off the memory card. When I figured that out, now I can just shoot and edit great looking stuff really fast. So highly recommend C100 Mark II.